Well, hello everyone. Are you able to see the screen that we have in the Zoom room? This is our way of meetings right now, thanks to COVID-19 for that. Hope we can really get all back in person. And at 7:04, 7:05, pretty much the flow of our meeting tonight will be on introductions and sustainability project briefer. I will do that. And then we're gonna give a chance for our Commissioner, Jerica Richardson, about her sustainability vision for the community in attendance to really know what's in her heart and why she has different cabinet members. Sustainability is just part of that. So her focus tonight is about her heart about sustainability. And we're gonna have a Q&A portions and also our some next steps. So I believe that there will be other people that will be coming in. So I'll start with the introduction. I am Josephine, that's my real name, but I go with Arjho. I'm Turner. I'm here in Smyrna City for 16 years now. I'm married here, I have 2 kids, and I got engaged with Smyrna, especially through the Sustainable Smyrna Group. And that was in 2019 when Smyrna City Councilor Marilyn Blackburn heard me because I was really sharing my heart out that I have not even gone inside the City Hall of Smyrna City for over a decade. And she said, what? You can attend, you can engage, you can participate. Coming from a government background in the Philippines, I'm not new to governance and with government and elected officials. It's just that my new home, USA, has a different system of doing things. So I wanted to be in alignment with this, and learning. So I'm happy to take the role of Sustainability Community Cabinet Member for Commissioner Jerica Richardson that actually started in January, but this is our first big event. That's why it's called the kickoff meeting. So that's all about me, and I would love to hear from do you want it to go, Commissioner, or do you wanted to go last?
So I'll go last.
You go last. Okay, Leonard, I'm seeing, I'll call in the names by how I see it on the screen. Leonard?
Yeah, oh, okay. My name's Leonard Robinson, and I'm a California transplant. I guess I've been out here 6 years now. My driver's license says I live in Atlanta, so I guess I'm a Georgian now. I'm one of the co-founders of Sustainable Smyrna. I started that with Marilyn Blackburn when she was running for city council. And she asked the question, what does Sustainable Smyrna would look like? And that was the answer was like a 3-year answer because it's just so much. Anyway, she bought into the idea, got elected to city council, and, really gave Sustainable Smyrna some credibility. And then, I enjoy these type of forums. Also, I'm representing the Archdiocese of Atlanta, who, matter of fact, I'll be sending Commissioner Richardson and her staff an invite. We're going to have our sustainability kickoff at the Archdiocese with our sustainability plan. It's a 7-year plan. I think it works well. One of the things is working with the local government. So I'm wearing 2 hats, Sustainable Smyrna and the Archdiocese of Atlanta sustainability.
Thank you, Leonard. I'm seeing Marcus C. M. It's just seeing M in the screen. Marcus C.
Yes. Yes, I'm just a Smyrna constituent. I'm a Smyrna resident, just joined the call because I saw it on Facebook. And I'm sitting here with my my 11th grader who it's kind of, it's a dual purpose that I joined the call. One is just to learn and see what's going on in the community. And the other thing is that my 11th grader, he takes an interest in sustainability as it relates to architecture. So, I figured it'd be good for him to kind of sit in and listen and find out what's going on in the community and kind of learn a little bit more about sustainability as he pursues his future goals.
That is so awesome. Can we see your faces? I think we saw you earlier, but right now it's just him.
Yeah, so this is us. So we turned off the camera. So this is my son.
Okay. Hi. Great to have you here. Thank
Hello.
you. Okay. So J, I'm seeing a J, just a J in the screen. J, letter J. I don't know. That is Commissioner.
Alia,
the
That
commissioner.
might be Sarah. Sarah, is that you?
That's Alia.
Oh, that's Alia. Okay.
No, sorry guys. No, that was, I believe that was Sarah that you were looking at.
Okay. Okay.
Or with the Alia. But hi everyone, I'm Alia. I'm Commissioner Richardson's assistant, and I am excited to be here to help with the sustainability project and to see where we can go with the government aspect and with the community aspect working together.
The other J is Sarah. Can you show your face, Sarah? Very quickly.
Hi there, I'm Sarah Magalanes. I'm Commissioner Richardson's social media and communities intern, and I'm here to help.
And we have, okay, thank you. Kimberly White.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kimberly White. I am the Division Manager for Sustainability, Waste, and Beautification for Cobb County. I'm also the Executive Director for Keep Cobb Beautiful. We focus on recycling initiatives, litter prevention, and beautification projects in Cobb County.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Matt.
Hello, everyone. I'm Matt Segal. I am a Cobb County resident, and I care a lot about sustainability as well as transit. You'll probably see me a lot as I talk about transit and try to push for more transit here in the county.
Thank you, Matt. Ken J.
Hi, thank you for having me here. My name's Ken Johnson, resident of Cobb since '76. My son's heavily involved in environmental movement out in California, and we've always been aware of our environment and the need to conserve and protect and deal with it as good stewards. So I'm excited to hear what the commissioner has to say about her vision.
Yes. Miss Lynn Walston, finally seeing you virtually.
Hi, how are you? Yeah, I'm Lynn Walston, Cobb resident. I'm work a lot with the Sierra Club, and I've just always been passionate about the environment. I grew up in Cobb, and I lived in Florida for a while, but I've been back here for about, oh gosh, 30 years. Geez, hard to believe. But just very interested. I've spoken with Commissioner Richardson before, and we're just interested to hear updates that she might have about sustainability in Cobb.
Thank you, Miss Lynn. Miss Marilyn.
Oh my, okay. Hello, everyone. I am Marilyn Blackburn, former City Council representative, and also partner with Leonard Robinson in Sustainable Smyrna. And I'm excited to be here and excited to hear Jerica and the team's mission on what we shall do in terms of sustainability, not only in our city, but in our county as well. So thank you.
Thank you. Jerry Barr.
Hi there. I moved here to Cobb County in '73. I've lived in East Cobb, Marietta, and West Cobb, but I've been in Smyrna for over 25 years. And I'm here to just listen and learn.
Thank you. Oh, I'm seeing here Turner, and his name is Bernard. That sounds like a very familiar name. Can you show your face, please?
I'll give it a try here. Yes, I'm Bernard Turner. I am the husband of Arjho Turner. Let's see, I've been in Smyrna for 16 years, but I've lived in the Cobb County area since the late 80s, early 90s. I'm a native Atlantan, born and raised and grew up in the Atlanta city limits. I work for AT&T. I'm one of the principal network support engineers for the cell phone network. For those of you who remember a few years ago, the 4G LTE, I played a key role in helping to build that out and roll that out. And I am here to support my wife, Arjho, and to watch you wonderful people make history.
Oh, thank you, my husband, Bernard Turner. Mr. Michael Murphy.
Yes, good evening. sorry for being a little late, but I had a previous meeting, but I didn't want to miss this. I'm a Cobb resident and a sustainability interested person, and I certainly remember, started with the regular meetings at Chris's Bistro, and so I'm happy to see this underway, and commend the commissioner for leadership in this, and looking forward to being part of the progress and the vast opportunity that we have to make a difference in Cobb County.
Thank you so much, sir, for being here. Ambassador Casey.
Hello, everyone. I'm on the road driving, so that's why I'm on audio only. Yes, I originally a Nigerian. I've been in Cobb here for God knows 22 years in Cobb County. I'm a member of a CMC Cobb Multicultural Coalition. So I am here to observe on invitation to come and see. So I'm here to observe and see, but in the same spirit, in the same accord of togetherness, so that we can make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador Casey. Yeah, we are the same with the Cobb Multicultural Coalition. You're gonna hear more about that team. We are just on our formative stages, and he is one of the founding members. Miss Harris, Miss Betty, am I saying it right? But it's Miss Harris.
You are saying it right.
Oh,
Betty Harris. Now I see your picture, Arjho. I can't see anybody else's. Should I?
We can't see your face, Betty.
You have to,
see your
some of the people have taken off their video. That's why you can see, but you can show your face if you want.
I clicked what I.
We can see you. It's just looking closer to the ceiling.
How about?
There we go. Front and center.
Okay, I can't see anybody else. Maybe I'm clicking the right thing. I've been a resident of Cobb County, District 2, actually, for a couple of decades. I'm a Sierra Club volunteer. I work with Lynn, and I know Matt Stegall through the Cobb for Transit work. And sustainability has been a goal objective in a lot of the projects that I work on. So I'm wanting to know how we can identify some common goals and work together.
Exactly. Yeah, I think I've met you at the Cobb Progressives because Jenny Barty
Yes,
brought me
I was
there.
going to say, I know you through Jenny.
Yes, we are with the climate reality. Donna. Donna, I can only see like Donna. Are you there?
Hello. Yes. All right.
Yes.
I'm here, and I am here because I'm passionate about the environment, and whatever activities I can do to support or get the word out. I'm on Commissioner Richardson's cabinet for representing the senior interests. And I've been a Cobb County resident since 2002, and just very excited to do whatever we can do. I'm just passionate about trying to save the planet.
Wow, awesome. I think I saw Natasha Dyer earlier. I don't know if she dropped off, but I hope I'm not missing anyone in the Zoom room right now. If ever you did not have any chance yet of introducing yourself or the organization that you're part of, please just speak up. And now it's our turn to listen in. Who is our Cobb County District 2 Commissioner to introduce herself. So here she goes.
Sure. First, I just want to say thank you all for being here. I love to see that there's this much passion because I know most of you and just the incredible work that you are doing in the community thus far. So certainly kudos there. I want to give a thank you to Arjho and the team for making sure that this would happen. This has been something I've been really excited about seeing come to fruition, and really just finding that passionate group. But yes, I am your Cobb County Commissioner for District 2. so many things fall under my purview. So when we have the opportunity, I'll get more into the vision, but the opportunity to connect sustainability to all of the faculties of the county, I think that we have something really special and powerful as a model. So that's really, who I am. And there's like a lot more, but the primary thing is that I am your Cobb County Commissioner and I touch on a lot of different topics. So whatever you want to talk about, my door is certainly wide open to have that conversation.
Okay, so that wraps up our introductions. If ever there are, Alia, if there are other people that will be joining in, we'll have to make sure that at least at the end of the presentation, they will be able to at least introduce themselves as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna share about the sustainability project briefer. It's moving. So the scope of engagement as Cobb District 2 Community Cabinet Member for Sustainability. I wanted to let you know, for those who are not familiar of, before Commissioner Jerica Richardson actually took her oath of office, she really crafted a plan for her community cabinet member. And that's the very first time for me to hear for a county commissioner with a cabinet member, because usually cabinet member, you'd only see them, presidents or, higher level, but that idea was replicated there. And I think that was really very brilliant. Of course, when she offered me the sustainability role, I was kind of hesitant because number one, I'm an immigrant and it's my learning curve, but we've met through the sustainability Smyrna group. And she saw there's that passion from that group and adding diversity and the thought, because sustainability is not exclusive to one county or what, it really cuts across, various geographical boundaries and also fields of interest. So this that you saw, I quoted them because it's really coming from her community cabinet document. We also took our oath after she took her oath that we are committed to help her advance her vision for Cobb County and especially for District 2. So the focus of the position is in the areas regarding soil, water, and air quality, wherein the sustainability cabinet position will serve to assist in identifying innovative opportunities to explore in District 2. The position can also explore developing strong relationships with community and corporate partners for a better environment and environmental justice and information awareness. So later on, her vision hopefully will really revolve around these two concerns. But I wanted to share this to you also that we can have a leveling off of understanding on what this cabinet member for sustainability is all about. So in response to her call and in response to that responsibility of the position, I crafted this sustainability environmental advocacy project that is coterminous to her term of office. And I promise her, as long as I'm able to do it in my capacity, I'll try to do this role. And I'm also being very honest to her that if I'm not able to move forward and I'm not being effective for this role, I would let her know before the end of the year so that she could find a replacement. And things has to move on, and it should not be bogged down because of one person not able to do it because of so many personal or so many other factors. So what is really the need that we're trying to address here is that the need to increase the engagement of the community stakeholders, specifically in Cobb District 2, for sustainability policies in the areas of soil, water, and air quality. So that's in the document. Of course, we know that sustainability is very broad and encompassing area of concern. The project goal is to engage community members, that's why you are here, to participate in the decision-making process of the county and identify unique needs that would otherwise go unnoticed in the area of sustainability. So that's the heart of this one that I'm able to grasp from what Commissioner Jerica has been saying, even during her campaign trail. I've followed her campaign, I've supported her campaign, and I am one in her desire, in her aspiration to do that. So this is our first step right now. That's why we are having this stakeholders kickoff meeting. So what are the objectives of this project? As I said, it will be coterminous to her term because a project has a beginning and an end, as we know. And then, but we hope that the engagement and the things that we are able to do here will, the impact that it will do will go beyond her term of office. So number one is we hope to have an annual COB Sustainability Forum. I don't know if there, I think there Miss Kimberly White who has been with, you know, COB, Keep COB Beautiful and the other organizations that has been established here. I don't know if there has been an annual event that is really like focused on COB sustainability. So that is one thing. I don't know if we could have it before the year ends. It would be amazing because of the constraints that we are dealing with, the COVID-19. But that is one objective that we at least will kind of have one. That means in her 4 years of term, we're gonna at least have 4. To engage social groups, businesses, organizations in District 2 that are interested in or focused on sustainability initiatives and or environmental concerns via town hall meetings. Right now, virtual is becoming our best option. We hope to really like do it in person. This is planned to be in person in a nice library with nice auditorium, but then COVID-19 spiked up again and we just have to be, adaptive to the situation. Third is to bridge environmental concerns, issues, policies, and that is specific to soil, water, and air raised by the community members for the Office of Commissioner Jerica Richardson to act upon. Because if she does not know it or her office doesn't know it, then they would not have that informed decision making. So one thing that I really admire with her leadership is that because she wanted that her decision making is being informed based on data, this leader is very heavy on evidence, and she knows the value of statistics and she knows the value of science, and that I really appreciate. You know, as a resident, as a stakeholder, I appreciate that in a leader who believes in numbers, who believes in science, who believes in trends, who sees things logically, not because mostly just by a flow of emotion. So fourth is to engage sustainability stakeholders in crafting the environmental justice agreement. So all of this thing that all of these 3 objectives, these other objectives, is actually eventually leading to this as the major output. This is really her, her top priority. And whatever is this environmental justice agreement, I hope Commissioner Jerica will be able to share more about that later. So taking action for collective advocacy, because sustainability is not about the I, the me, the mine. It is about us together. So again, it's about soil, water, and air. That's the main concern in the document that I signed up of, and then environmental justice agreement. All of these specific other things, top priorities, and of course other sustainability concerns. So moving forward, it will be a very adaptive as the project lead. My approach would be very adaptive, very agile. As an agile certified practitioner, I with this situation with COVID-19, I really used agile management approach in managing projects that I am engaged with. So this is our first one, kickoff meeting. I'm just making an example here. If you see the names of your organization, or if you don't see the name of your organization, please don't be bothered. This is just like an example, because moving forward, we hope that next month, whoever would be the group that we would wanted to feature, so that you can really share more in length about the specific organization that you are doing, and we can engage the Office of Commissioner Jerica Richardson, can engage community members to listen in, get to know what your organization does, what it represents, how you wanted to contribute to that generic goal of Commissioner Jerica Richardson, and then so that all of us can have that, we're gonna find our common things to contribute towards the environmental justice agreement as the main outcome, output, or service or result of this stakeholder engagement, so that you would know that it is not just now, so many meetings, but where is it going? So this is just an example right here for monthly. The desirable frequency would be to have it monthly, but it will also depend on the individual. It will not only be about the group. There's only like individual. Like I'm with the Climate Reality Project, and we have climate reality trained leaders who speaks about climate change. One of them, I think, Miss Betty, and she has spoken at the COB Progressives. So he talked about climate change. So we can do that like virtually. We can have resource person either do it individually or on behalf of an organization. So hopefully we could come up with a sustainability forum, COB Sustainability Forum. If not possible this year, we hope to really have it next year, when we are able to really engage more and get to know and identify key stakeholders for sustainability. Environmental justice planning workshop. This will definitely get the county level officials, which is the role of Commissioner Richardson. I just wanted to make clarification though that all of my engagements in this project will be at the community level. Whatever it is that is needed by the community that is Cobb County level, that will be coursed through to the Office of Commissioner Richardson, so that she will be the one to talk to the different offices concerned, and so that there will be no confusion and everything like that. So for the community, this is at the community level. If we need to engage the county level officials or the different departments, it will be her role as our commissioner to do that. And hopefully we can really craft the environmental justice policy and be presented. And then Commissioner Richardson will guide us along with that one. So that's really an overview of where we are at. Of course, we're gonna use the power of social media as our effective tool to help advance our collective advocacy for sustainability efforts. On my end, as her cabinet member for sustainability, I will surely advocate for whatever events you're gonna have, and make sure that that event will be shared to the Slack community, to the different channels that the social media that Commissioner Richardson is having and her team, so that we will be able to help amplify the voices and also the different events that you are going to have in your respective organizations. And let us know, even if it's your individual interest, like the student participant here, that he is so interested. We welcome your idea, because sustainability concerns your age group too. And if you would want it to be the youth ambassador for sustainability, we welcome that. And of course, that would be with the guidance of your parents to know how you're going to be engaged. But this is where you're able to really get on board. Age is, it's like when you are concerned about environment, you are concerned when you are starting to live in the environment where you are living with. So we really appreciate you. So whatever social media, and then we need help if ever whoever in among you are technically savvy. We also welcome volunteers. And if you're looking for, if you know of anyone looking for internships, especially on the sustainability concern, please, I'm one, and Miss Janet Rao of Sterigenics and Miss Louisa Wakeman somehow have the two in our cabinet that have said, okay, Arjho will be able to help you in one way or another, because all of us are also wearing different hats and different commitments. So we are trying to really use and leverage the power of social media. So that's just it for my presentation. I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now. And let's get to the main highlight of the night, which is the vision, the heart of our commissioner, where she really stands on sustainability concern, and why we are here, why I'm here, why everybody's here tonight. Commissioner Richardson, it's all yours.
I would say I am not the main event, but you guys are, and all of the work that you've done, your ideas, etc. But thank you so much, Arjho, for really stepping up in this role. It is not an easy role. It is not easy to find all of the stakeholders. It is not easy to compile all of the different opinions, and it's not easy to map out what real solutions can look like. And honestly, when I think about the vision for SEAP, for the Sustainability and Environmental Advocacy Project, it's that. It's coming up with taking that passion, that raw passion that exists within our community, and collecting information that helps drive new projects, that helps create stand-up new projects. So when we think about the other cabinet positions, whether it be economic development or public safety or what have you, there are different projects that come to mind. Same goes for the sustainability area, that there are projects that I'm really looking to make sure we get out the door, get enacted, stood up, make sure that the right partnerships are there so that it has a level of, no pun intended, sustainability even beyond my tenure as commissioner. So I did want to mention one more thing to that is, of course, also sharing volunteer opportunities. So as you heard in this group, there are a lot of different organizations represented, and we're also connected to other people. So when we talk about strength in numbers, this is how we can get there, is by aligning our efforts and making sure that we have channels that are easy to distribute information, which Matt, I know you're familiar with that concept, but easy to distribute information through these channels, and also make sure that we have the capacity that we need to have successful efforts. And then for Marcus, for your 11th grader, is he still in here? Yes, you're still in here. I just want to say on an annual basis, because we just started, we have a capstone internship program, which allows for students, that's it. You know, it doesn't have to be a certain age or a certain level of education, but to participate in a capstone internship with us, where you get to focus on a community project and you get to work alongside our cabinet members to do that. And you basically get a month and a half to make it happen, and then you have to present it to the community. So I would encourage you to get involved as a capstone, but certainly all of the different opportunities that are available, like this effort itself, being a stakeholder in this group, is also that opportunity. So I just wanted to mention that, otherwise I knew I'd forget. Now, when we think about sustainability, it's a very broad word. It covers so many different things. And so for us to, when I think about sustainability, I think about some of the issues that are really, that hit close to home. And that's what helped frame where I saw us going under this larger umbrella of sustainability, right? Because when you look at sustainability models, poverty comes up, economic development comes up, food deserts, medical deserts, it's the entire spectrum. And so when we look at COB, we have all those issues, okay? But we have some very, very immediate things that, of course, they teach us something, right? So one example would be, of course, sterigenics and what occurred with sterigenics. Another thing that was informative and still is the coal ash issue with the coal ash ponds. Another thing that I know Kimberly, for Dr. Jenkins, waste management, how we handle, recycling, trash, how we reuse, how we limit, where's the innovation in all of that as well. And so taking these three very different use cases and looking at the role of the Cobb County Commissioner was kind of like an aha moment. And I said, well, gee, as commissioner, I have jurisdiction over air, water, and soil and waste management. But air, water, and soil from a code enforcement standpoint, from a stature standpoint, There are different outlets there. And so the idea behind where I thought we could make a very big impact, and this goes to bullet point number 1 of what I think we can do from a sustainability vision, is to develop that environmental justice agreement that you heard Arjho reference earlier. And that EJA is think of it as an agreement, right? It's like our social contracts that they talk about in grade school, but it is a list of policies, procedures, and investments that empower people with information about their air, water, and soil. And it's meant to be that broad in a sense, so that it can spark any cross parallel of how you interpret that statement. So what are certain things, what does that kind of mean? You know, you think about enforcement of codes, or you think about creating new codes. You think about real-time data, right? So for instance, Sterigenics, had people known about that 20 years ago? And 10 years ago, 5 years ago, do we really have to wait for a 5-year report that gets issued by the EPA before discovering that there's an anomaly? And it came through a whistleblower on top of that. So what that tells me is there are other Sterigenics out there that we don't know about. Coal ash ponds, do you really know what you're drinking? How synchronized are we with our data? And so these are all avenues where, yes, there are, you know, in these particular situations, you could go after that entity. And I'm not saying that's off the table. I'm just saying, even outside of that, what can we do to be proactive so that the policies, procedures, and investments that we have in place make sure that it doesn't happen again, or make sure that a new iteration doesn't happen, because we've now empowered ourselves with information, real-time data, enforcement, education, incentives, better infrastructure, and robust personnel infrastructure in order to support all of that. I threw that bone in there, Kim. That's really where I see the EJA. And so I have a draft, and one of the outcomes that I would like to see from this passionate group is to help me fill that in. Why? Because I've not lived every life. I have not worked every job. I have not lived in every neighborhood. But collectively, we can curate all of that content, curate all of those voices, and come up with something that is honestly a model that can be replicated in other places. Because that's one of my North Stars as an office, is how many programs can we create that other jurisdictions say, why didn't we do that? That works. Let's do that too. Because we are one county, but we're one county that can inspire a nation, because we have literally all of the most fantastic assets right here. So EJA, bullet point 1. Second, water systems, stormwater, how these things flow, erosion, how we take care of our earth, all of those pieces, how when we do pavement, how we invest in that infrastructure, the time that it takes to build that infrastructure, but also the very, very delicate relationship that exists between development, community, and the earth, because we do still live here. We do still use things. So when it comes to water, we know how terrifying or how devastating it can be. Even within the last few weeks, we've seen that actually come up right here in the East Cobb area. A lot of homes were honestly devastated by some flash floods. And so when we think about our water systems and how they're connected and how they're maintained, you know, the county has done quite a bit over the last couple of years to do some extra analyses, so that now anytime a new development comes in, there's a full analysis on stormwater, and we encourage developers to actually reduce the overall flow between systems. But there are still some pieces, I think, that need to be addressed. I think that we should be looking at our water system the same way that we look at our transportation system. A series of nodes, networks, and we're the ones at the county that have the opportunity to do that from an infrastructural piece. So that's another component that I see in the sustainability conversation. Disaster recovery. This is really important. Yes, I'm from New Orleans. It's very, very, very important. There really isn't that infrastructure in place at the county. We have a fantastic emergency response unit department, frankly, and Cassie is incredible. I mean, she works tirelessly to make sure that the residents have what they need in times of emergency. She corresponds with the Red Cross, with whomever we need to bring in, trying to make sure that we're leveraging what we can for grants. But the county should also have some type of contingency for disasters that might occur. Waste management. This is another area where I have a vision. I kind of jokingly told Kim, the Amazon, right? How Amazon is able to logistically move everything properly. We have layers of concerns within how waste is managed here in the county. One, we don't really have a carrot nor a stick when it comes to providers. We also, so there's no real accountability. It's complete free market, which is fine. We just have to understand what we're taking on with that type of risk and whether or not there are models that we want to consider. And I'm not saying this is all going to be done this year. Okay, I'm laying out the vision for the full. I want the EJA done this year, but these other things will take a little bit more time. But for waste management, what do the logistics of that look like? And how do we get things to whether it's a landfill or an incinerator or some modified technology? It can't just be no or yes. It has to be yes, however we're going to do this, or no, however we're going to do this. And that plan has to be in place. It has to be funded, it has to be operational, it has to be safe, it has to be all these things. So waste management is one of those buckets as well. Something else that I want to see just in general, because I would get this question a lot, before I was elected. The mentality that I want us to have is not that sustainability is a checkbox or an afterthought. I want it to be embedded in how we approach logistics, how we approach operations, that it is a part of everything we do. Community development, public safety, roadways, so on and so forth. It should be a part of how we stand those things up. And so one of the things I'm looking at is, of course, amplifying the idea of the sustainability office at Cobb County, and that we refer to it as such. And that I would certainly look for assistance from all of my wonderful stakeholders here in helping propagate that so that we can elevate the conversation beyond just these nuts and bolts types of things. And then the last thing that I would like to see it this year, I'd be happy if I see it next year too, to start, is a sustainability awards show ceremony. An event, and it could be coupled with the forum, but an event that occurs where we highlight all of the sustainability investments, policies, and procedures that exist throughout the county, whether it be in the commerce sector, whether it be residential, whether it be organizations. I really want to put that on display so that we can continue driving that narrative and really leading that charge as a county. And I think that's it for my notes. Yes, that's it for my notes. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Commissioner Richardson, for such an brief and insightful thought about your vision. There are some names in the participants. I think Miss Pam Pitterman, if you can just share your name, and Natasha, of course, is here, and Miss Reina. Just like share your name, what group, or if you are associated to any group or just a person, so that we will be able, because everyone was able to introduce themselves. So Miss Pam, then Miss Reina, and last will be Natasha, before we can go do the Q&A. Miss Pam? Okay. Well, I know her. She's Miss Pam Peterman. She's a retired nurse. She's a Filipino community leader. She's a Filipino American community leader. She is a 2019 one of the awardees for the Senior Cub Citizen Council awardees. And she is a very active community leader. And she's also part of the Cub Multicultural Coalition. Miss Reina, hopefully you could share insight about yourself. Although I know you, but I hope you would speak up too.
Hi, this is Reina, and I'm sorry I joined in late. I've been a resident of Cobb for many, many years, I think since 1988. And my background is sales and marketing, and I'm very conscious of energy savings. And I moved here from California. So the thing that struck me about Atlanta is recycling. So if you're talking about energy efficiency, where is Cobb County in terms of recycling? You can't even recycle glass in Cobb County. So, you know, just basics. That would be my concern as a homeowner.
Thank you, Miss Reina. Miss Natasha, I know you were in earlier, then you just dropped off, I think.
He says it's very loud where she is.
Oh, that's where she is. Okay, well, I can introduce her too. Natasha Dyer, I came to know her through the Climate Reality Project in 2019. And then she also happens to be part of the Sustainable Smyrna Group, which is my home sustainability group. You know, that's the organization that I came from before this role with the Commissioner Jerica Richardson. So I hope I'm not missing up anyone. So today's meeting is, we only have 10 more minutes to really manage our time. This is really just a kickoff and getting to know the stakeholders. And yes, it was publicly broadcasted everywhere we could to reach out people to try to be engaged. But realities right now, mostly people are, I kind of call it we're zombified already. There's like a big, burnout, but having 20 participants for a Friday, I think for me, that's my goal. I said, like, if I would have at least 20 people to join in, I am happy, because I've been in so many Zoom meetings, and you will be very good if you can at least get 10 or more. So this is a very successful one. So if you have any questions with respect to either what I have presented or what Commissioner Richardson have presented, that would be fun. One question actually that was sent to me in a personal message. This is recorded, right? Commissioner Richardson, can this recording be uploaded in your Facebook page so that for people who are not able to attend tonight, we'll still be able to refer and, because this is public information that we wanted to share anyway. So I would like to make a motion or request for Alia and our team to upload it via your Facebook page, or however this can get out in the public, so that we could always have this as a reference. Your vision is there, what I do on my end will be there, and people hopefully will be engaged more. So that answers one question. So is there any other question, now is the time for you to either address it to me or to Commissioner Richardson.
Yeah, Honorable Commissioner Richardson, Ambassador Casey here speaking. It's an honor to have you in a meeting. Sustainability is a goal that needs to be achieved, and water, air quality, and all the resources mentioned. I think moving forward, I would suggest that we do, you mentioned it in your speech, some kind of awareness. So by organizing an event, open door, even though we're in pandemic, but an outdoor, either in the county facility, will really create that awareness in the mind of people. Just like the last speaker that said about recycling of glass and stuff. So we need to create awareness so that people will even know more about the sustainability idea and goal. And then, like the moderator here said, 20 people, yeah, is big, but hey, Cobb County, percentage wise, in terms of the number of people that live in Cobb, that's like 0.00000. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So it could be people are not fully aware. So anything outdoor event would be nice where we can share brochure. Probably if it comes to anything media, yeah, I'm a media consultant. We can use the social media to do a lot more podcasts and share the information and stuff. Like tomorrow, I will be at the Hispanic event just to make it loud. So people that want to see my face here, you're going to see my face a whole lot tomorrow. We're going to be at Awkward, making it happen under CMC platform. So I think if we can plan towards having an outdoor event, I don't know how much more time we'll have before the year runs off, but hey, even if it's just to kick it off, that would be nice. I don't know what you think.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I am supportive of anything that my cabinet and their efforts come up with. So that is, I'm kind of the rubber stamp here.
Thank you, Ambassador Casey. He's really passionate. We're together with the Cobb Multicultural Coalition, and guess what? He had this very skilled in the names and how he had to focus us on the choosing of the names. But that was in response as well to the call of Cobb County Chair Lisa Cupid of how diverse multicultural groups will be represented and having voice in the county level. So you'll get to know more about that. We are really like in the formative stage, very, very small group, but we are getting it there, and then we are trying to engage more people once everything is stabilized, the basics of the foundation, because people will be asking, so what's this, what's that? People will just tend to ask, but they don't want to really contribute to the forming. So that's the kind of reality and challenges we are faced with. So whoever is going to share inputs, same way my strategy here in the sustainability thing, we'll pull together let's find our commonality with specific to the goals and vision of the commissioner. And the major output, yes, the environmental sustainability awards that she would wanted to really have, because there are so many organizations, businesses that might be doing sustainability, but they were not even able to bridge that or let the officials even know, or people know, not because they wanted to be promoted or be seen publicly, but I think her heart is that we need to reward people who are really doing something sustainability. And I know some of you who are in this group that are with your organizations, you're doing a lot. So how are we able to start that even for the environmental sustainability awards before the year ends, because that might be more feasible while we are contributing our ideas towards the environmental justice agreement.
And I will say earlier in the year, just for Raina's comment that came up, wanted to give Kim a spotlight here. We have a treasure at the county. Kim is probably one of the most passionate people I've ever met in this space. Even you can see she's here with us this evening. But I know earlier in the year as well, we did quite an event when it came to recycling. We did a recycling event and actually walked through all of the different materials that Cobb County does recycle. And Kim, perhaps you can just share with everyone high level what we do recycle, since this is going to be distributed different places.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Richardson. Yes, we do recycle glass in the county. It is not recycled curbside. It is recycled in drop-off locations. So they are listed on the keepcobbbeautiful.org website. However, one of the drop-off locations is at the Smyrna Recycling Center. It's also able to be dropped off on County Services Parkway at the West Rock Customer Convenience location, and also at Kennesaw's Public Works Department. So those are the three locations within Cobb County. We are working on expanding that and having more options for people to be able to drop off glass. And just so that you know, Cobb County actually participates in a lot of non-traditional recycling. Every year we do what we call community recycling events. We take metals, electronics, paper, hard to recycle plastics, textiles. That event is coming up on November 13th over at Jim Miller Park. And we also do what we call the HHW. That's paint and batteries and light bulbs and a bunch of stuff. All this information can be found on our website. But most importantly, I'm super excited. I love this. This is a program that is dear to my heart. We participate in something called the Hefty Energy Bag Program. It's where we can take plastics that are hard to recycle, that you cannot traditionally recycle, things like plastic shopping bags, straws, lids, polystyrene cups. And we are able to collect that and turn it into diesel fuel, oil and wax, and cinder blocks, actually, aggregate to make building blocks out of. And all that information is on our website, so you can go and check that out there. Thank you.
Thanks, Kim.
Thank you, Ms. Kim. Any more like thoughts? Are you for especially for the groups and organizations, is it fine moving forward to engage you? Like if we one thing really that I envision is that to sustain the engagement is to like highlight every month, just like an hour like this session, but it is all about what you do in your organization. And then we're gonna touch bases on how your organization can support the priority, vision, and agenda of Commissioner Richardson so that we can get that part as a commitment towards the contribution of this collective effort. I came from also like environmental background. You know, I told Commissioner Jerica Richardson that we can create a plan just to create a plan, but it will not be useful if people were not going to have a buy-in from the very start of crafting that plan because they were not engaged. You just engage them when you already have something and you wanted them to take that in. That is not going to work. So we're starting this kickoff to level of understanding that we are not going to give you plans. We are not going to tell you this is what Commissioner Richardson wanted to do. No, it's the other way around. We're gonna listen to you. We're gonna feature you every month. We're gonna make an event featuring your organization. If you are not an organization, if you are an individual, we can have a space for you to talk about your passion. And we wanted to elicit and get your idea on how you can contribute. And Commissioner Richardson, that AJA draft that you have, can we share that to anyone interested to? We have a working document, a Google Drive document, wherein they can put their idea so that you will own your idea. Everybody will have a contribution. I know that was like in the cabinet level, but if ever, if depending our system, I know you have, you as a commissioner, you have laws and systems that you also have to abide to. But I wanted to let those in attendance right now that whatever ideas that's shared by them will all contribute towards that environmental awards component or this environmental justice agreement. But at least they would like, understand like moving forward.
Yeah. If I can come in a little bit more there, Adriana. Yes, the idea of, for those that don't know, Ambassador Casey, the idea of generating information from the participants is very excellent. Just like the commissioner put it up there, it's one of those things like in Maslow's theory of motivation. He said, when you a director will call the employee, you have your goals at hand, but you ask your employee, how do I attain to this goal? Then whatever suggestion the employee gives you, guess what? Like you said, the employee will be fully engaged, knowing fully well that those suggestions came from them. But instead of management by exception, like do this, do this, do this. So, Honorable Commissioner, thumbs up for you there. Now, Adriana, you said you were in Smyrna for the same sustainability meeting that was last week or a few days ago. Is there any take home from your observation that you got from that meeting? That way, we can, we're not copying them word to word, but if there's any take home you observe from their own plans that we can incorporate in ours, that would be nice too. What do you think?
Question for me?
Yeah, a question for the moderator, because she said she was at the
Arjho.
Smyrna. Yeah.
I am part of Ambassador Casey. I am part of the Sustainable Smyrna group. We did not have a meeting last week. That is the organization that I am part of. My first actually civic organization in Cobb County is Smyrna Sustainable Smyrna Group. So if you wanted to know more details about that, I think that will be an opportunity, like if Leonard, Miss Marilyn, if next month Sustainable Smyrna Group would wanted to take off as the first organization that will gonna give an hour of time to share, and then how Sustainable Smyrna Group exactly could contribute to this bigger aspiration of us, especially in District 2 County. I have attended the event of Matt Stegall and the Cobb Transit. That was really very, very, amazing one. But now, Matt, how can we, what you did, how can we, use the platform of Commissioner Richardson, because she's offering it to all of us who are into sustainability to amplify our voices. The climate lobby with Mr. Glenn. So I'm attending some of their events right there. Cobb Progressive, Share a Club, these different organizations, Climate Reality. There's a Cobb Climate Reality chapter actually in Cobb County. They were, invited. So every month we could like feature people, but we're gonna be moving towards hopefully like the environmental awards, because Commissioner Richardson envisions it to at least by December we would have organizations that will be getting recognition for what they do, what you do. And I believe that among the attendees in this group, your organizations have respective projects that's already like done, and we would love to really like know that. But because this is kind of like an awards, it's not only of course given, there's also like criteria, so we'll have to get into that details and who are going to be the people that will be the judge, and community people that would that maybe does not know you or take a look at from that kind of perspective. But yes, so this is just really the start. It's 8:06. It's past 6 minutes past our targeted time. We really appreciate your time, but we just wanted to know that hopefully you will be committed in the next month's engagements, and this is not going to be the end. This is the beginning.
I was going to say, you had on your agenda next steps. So you might want to walk away with whatever those bullet points are. Do we want to get a commitment from an organization today?
This is just the next steps that I was really like sharing in that was this one. The next steps is really like moving towards that Cobb Sustainability Environmental Forum, the environmental justice planning, and then I missed here the environmental awards. That's what I missed in here. But this is really like an overview of the next steps, is engaging each and everyone's organization to have an hour of platform, and then knowing you and how we could all contribute towards making it happen, what Commissioner Richardson laid out earlier for us. The names here that I just placed are just an example, because these were the names that I tried to reach out to. I will publish these slides as well in my own like social media account. I have created Cobb D2 Sustainability. I can forward it as well to the team of to the technical team of Commissioner Richardson, so that it will come from her Facebook page, so that it would have an official ownership of this project, and people can refer it to her to that Facebook page, which has more like official kind of like public release. But we are all enjoined to be advocates for our own organization, and just wanting to share and to let you know that Commissioner Richardson got our ears. She is there to listen to us, and she is there to amplify our voices. That's why she had this sustainability a position as part of her community cabinet. But again, we're not going to be here to tell you what you have to do. We are here to join forces together and listen in, given that we know that this is the vision. How are we going to achieve towards that?
To add to Jerica's question though, like how can we help? You know, I mean, what can we do to help? You know, is it to come up with policies? Is it to you know, come up with a wish list of different like things that we want the county to do? Like let us know how we can help and what you need from us. And I'm definitely more than happy to like raise my hand and, you know, participate in whatever that process is.
Yes, yes, definitely. With in her, the environmental justice agreement, she already have a draft actually, but as I told her, like the need for the inputs from the community. So we have a guide. We have a guide already. That Matt, I know you are into that one. How are you able to input your ideas? So I think we will be sharing it to people who will really like committed to take participation, because it will not do good to send it to everyone and yet you know you are not even getting any response towards that, and then it will not be focused engagement. But there is a draft already, Matt, for the environmental justice agreement, and whoever in this team that would be able to really commit. Yeah,
I'm just gonna, if maybe the next step can be, you know, think about it, unless you already know that you want your organization to host the next event. Okay, so Leonard's raising his hand. Are you doing it on behalf of both?
I'll commit 2 groups.
Yay!
Sustainable
Awesome.
Smyrna and the Archdiocese of Atlanta. Plus we have all kind of meeting rooms.
Okay, awesome. So that's going to be for November.
Okay.
Sorry, October. I know my months, I promise. And Matt, were you raising your hand for the following month?
You know it.
All right, so we got transit for Cop for transit. Y'all, it's a Friday evening. Okay.
Let's do it.
And then just to answer that question, so I think Arjho's structure here is going to make a lot of sense. That the point of that meeting is to highlight what you're doing, why you're doing it, what's important, everything that you do. And then how does that tie to the 2 objectives that we have? Let's say the 2 for this year are the Environmental Justice Agreement and the Sustainability Awards. How does what you do tie to those 2 things? And then we're going to take what you present and basically put it into that draft. And you get a copy of the draft, obviously. But we're going to take that information and put it into the draft. That makes sense? Because the draft is just an outline. It's just like, these are things that I want to make sure we cover. I don't want to leave certain issues on the table, and then we just fill it in.
Yes, and then for I don't know, as my experience being with the cabinet of Commissioner Jerica Richardson, we have this monthly meeting and we really present our projects, and we really mean it when we say projects, and we really measure it when we mean to measure it, and it has a beginning and it has an end, and you're gonna present it. So it is not just something about talking and then nothing happens. With this engagement, we need commitment. If you're gonna say something, you will have to own it, and then you will have to do it, and let's do it together. So there is a roadmap on why we are having it, but those are the 2 top priorities in her vision. The stakeholder engagement is not just going to be now. Stakeholder identification is going to be done all throughout during her term, but we are hoping that engagement will not only last during her term, that it can be beyond that you will be networking with other organizations that you have not networked before, that you will be talking to people that you have not talked before, but because of this medium, but because of this forum, because of this cabinet that she's opening up to the public, then we're able to engage ourselves, and then network with others and do great things that are common among our organizations. So that's just it.
Arjho, will you have notes from this meeting that sort of summarize the plan of action you just described? And
Miss Alia and Sarah are the technical team of Commissioner Richardson. I'm sure they're very good in capturing that notes, as I have been noticing in our monthly meetings. Everything is covered, everything is documented, and everything is going to be like communicated. And we are going to publish this recording via the Facebook page of Commissioner Richardson.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yes. And you can share it, please, Ms. Harris, for the Cobb Progressives group. I know you have a big group.
Oh, I attend. I'll make sure that somebody knows about it. I'm
yes.
not a rep for them, but yes.
Okay.
I'll make sure to communicate that.
Thank you. Any more concerns? It's going to be 8:15. We don't want it to keep this one longer, but I think there are organizations that have committed tonight. It's no pressure if your organization you think, but we wanted to let you know that there's an opportunity of leveling up our stakeholder engagement. And there is really some output that we are trying to achieve in here. And we are not just talking for the sake of talking. We are really trying to get some measurable results as a result of this engagement. I don't have anything else to say. Commissioner Richardson, can you take the last message or thought and close it out?
Sure. A big thank you, really, for everyone, your time, and knock on wood for the time you will give. We know we know why we're all in this, and that's just the biggest thing that you want to keep top of mind. That's what's going to allow us to be successful. So certainly stay the course. We're here to provide, as Arjho said, use the platform, use my platform. We're here to provide resources as well, whether it be, we need to have a website that says such and such. Okay. We need to have a poll or a survey that we can pull data on. Okay, talk to us. Make sure that we're aware of that. And then the last thing I'm just gonna say is make sure you registered through that link if you did not, because we're using that as the email list. Otherwise, we don't know, we don't have a way to contact you. That ends all of my comments. Thanks to staff, thanks to county staff, thanks to my cabinet. You're doing a great job, Arjho.
Thank you. Ms. Alia, last request. Can we have a group photo before we all leave? And we can see our faces from the Facebook page of Commissioner Richardson. If okay with you, please show your face. And we totally understand and respect, privacy of people if you just wanted to, leave your profile. But if it's okay for you, we would love to see your faces. And please know that this is a public event. So this will be posted in her Facebook page, and the photos might be there as well. So Alia, anyone, and Sarah, are you able to take the photo from your end?
Yes, I can. So everyone just give your best smile right now. Wait, sorry, hold on just a second. Okay, give your best smile.
Make sure I look good.
You all look great.
Road driving.
You all look great.
Got us?
Yep.
Thank you so much, everyone. And we'll sustain our engagement. See you next meeting. Wait for the email. Thank you, everyone.
Bye,
oh,
everyone.
there's Bernard. I think he's late.
Good night.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
Okay, good night.